Welcome everyone to another episode of Littleroot Laddering. This week we have a new team. This one was featured in episode 22 of the podcast. So this is last week's episode. Trying to play catch up, trying to get stuff out so we can get to have episodes episodes of Laddering where we're lined up with the episodes of the podcast. So probably going to have a little bit extra matches this week in anticipation of that. And today we have Ksnitrider's team from, like I said, episode 22 of the podcast with that Galarian Weezing, Blastoise, Dragalge, Volcarona, Dusclops, and Urshifu. So if you did miss the analysis of the team, make sure you go listen to the podcast. But we're just going to jump right in and just play some matches with it. Really excited to see how high we can go today. Into tier 6. Look at that. We're slowly but surely climbing to Master Ball. That's not what we want. That's the one we want. Yeah, champion music seems great. That seems great by me. So let's see. First match of the day, we have Grimmsnarl, Hydreigon, Durant, Mimikyu, Ditto, and Snorlax. Interesting. So what do we want to do here? I kind of like the idea of Volcarona and what do we think of like Urshifu, Volcarona as a lead? We can have like Blastoise, Dragalge in the back. I anticipate Trick Room coming up from the Mimikyu. And getting the Snorlax to do its thing. The Grimmsnarl can't touch our Urshifu. Volcarona can deal with the Durant if that's the lead. This leaves us a little weak to the Hydreigon, but we have the Dragalge for that, and the Blastoise actually. So I think this is fine. This covers like all of our bases. Yeah, let's just jump right in and see what we think. Weezing could also be fine here because it deals with the Grimmsnarl, and it can put on a pressure on the Mimikyu as well. And like if they bring Ditto, Weezing just lines up great against itself. But we're gonna see Ditto, Grimmsnarl as a lead. Ksnitrider said that he purposely made everything on this team shiny that he could, and then I remembered there's an Urshifu on it, and then I got sad because I remembered that the Urshifu cannot be shiny. So we can close combat into the Ditto and Rage Powder here, and that should effectively let us knock out the Ditto. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just. I think them having an Urshifu is a problem. Oh, friendo, you don't realize how this works. We're gonna get to beat someone up. That Thunder Wave is gonna go into Volcarona, which is way better than it going into Urshifu for us. Can't block this one, bud. We see the Focus Sash on the Ditto. Interesting. So what if we go into Blastoise here? Okay, let's think this through. So if we go into Blastoise, we have Fake Out, we can take out the Ditto, and we can like Dynamax this and just try to take out the the Grimmsnarl. We also just click Heat Wave this turn. Yeah, let's actually hit Struggle Bug. It'll deal with the Ditto. It'll get a little bit of chip damage on the Grimmsnarl as well. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful Ninja Turtle. Ksnitrider knows how to play to my heart, and I love this. Man, that did quite a bit. That did quite a bit, but luckily this Struggle Bug will be able to take it out. And do pretty decent damage to the Grimmsnarl, all things considered. Plus we get that special attack drop on it, which, if it does have an attacking move, which most likely it will, could actually play a benefit to that. So we're going to see the Mimikyu come out here. So I like Gmax Cannonade. We can Cannonade into the Grimmsnarl. What if we hit Rage Powder this turn too? I like that. Like, I think I just want to keep Blastoise as healthy as we can. So going big here with the Blastoise, I forgot that we could catch the starters a while back in raids. I'm like, man, that's not a Pokeball. But having unique Pokeballs for your starters is really cool now. I'm a big fan of that. So unfortunately, the Blastoise is not quite in Torrent range, but after we take a little bit of Life Orb damage here, we should be. Which just means that our Cannonades are going to do that much more damage. You're going to see a Light Screen go up from the Grimmsnarl. Most likely Light Clay on that. We're going to set up a Swords Dance on the Mimikyu as well, which could be problematic. So Cannonade should do pretty decent damage, all things considered, even through the Light Screen. Oh yeah, picking up the KO on the Grimmsnarl, that's really good for us. Mimikyu's Disguise does not get around Vortex, so if we go for like a Heat Wave this turn, that'll break the Disguise. Unfortunately, the Volcarona being paralyzed is slower than Blastoise. So I think... Ooh, this is great. Because now we get to Max Hailstorm into it. And I just want to keep clicking Rage Powder. I want them to attack the Volcarona and not my Blastoise. So once again, we are going to get that Rage Powder off. So the big question is what does our opponent do? Going to see a nasty plot from the Hydreigon. They're just trying to set up all over us, and we just don't really care, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just going to keep clicking Rage Powder, so eventually you're going to have to attack down this Volcarona. Max Hailstorm is going to come out, going to do humongous damage to that Hydreigon. Between Hail and the Cannonade damage, it might go down this turn. Unfortunately, it has Citrus Berry. Oh, that's not a Citrus Berry. That's not a Citrus Berry at all. I'm trying to think what berry is that. Is that Slackberry? Yeah, okay. The Vortex is able to take out the Hydreigon, which is really good for us. And we're just keep chipping away at this Mimikyu. Yeah, let's just click Cannonade again, I guess. Or we're going to keep clicking Rage Powder. It's going to eventually have to attack. And what better time than when it's a 4v1. Because if they knock Volcarona out this turn, we get to bring in Urshifu, and we get to click Sucker Punch. Because like if they Swords Dance this turn, then they are, they're +4, they're +6. So then Sucker Punch is, they're going to have to attack at that point. But them Dynamaxing here tells me that they are going to be clicking an attacking move. So most likely going to see something go down this turn. May it be the Snorlax or the Volcarona if we aren't paralyzed. Yeah, gonna get the Rage Powder off one more time. Which means that the Cannonade is going to go into the Mimikyu. I'm surprised to see the Dynamax, if you want me to be honest, because the Mimikyu could have Shadow Sneak, and if so, then like they're just losing out on their priority, and us going to be able to outspeed them at that point. Max Cannonade is going to break the disguise on the Mimikyu, so we're actually going to start doing pretty decent damage, all things considered. So this is going to do 15%. It's going to take a 6th of its health in Cannonade damage, and then it's going to take a 16th in Hail. So Blastoise definitely in that Torrent range now. But our Dynamax is over. Yeah, I'm just going to bring out the Urshifu. And I'm going to click... I'm assuming we're max speed. I can't remember. That's something I need to check real quick. So we can go for a Scald. And are we max speed? We are. Okay. I'm assuming we outspeed Mimikyu. It's 96. Yeah, we should outspeed it then. So we can go for a Wicked Blow into it. So we're going to see the Starfall. Unfortunately, it is faster than us. But we do have that Focus Sash, so we are able to live this. So if we don't take it out this turn, we are going to go down to the Hail. But we are luckily going to be able to get that Wicked Blow off, get the crits from it because of the screens don't take effect because of it. So Wicked Blow really just showcasing how powerful of a move it can actually be. Just really, like, Urshifu just kind of put the game on his back and just carried us there to victory. But we can't discredit the Blastoise for being as good as it was that game as well. Starting out the week with a win on ladder, so I will take it. Yep, it was in fact light clay on the Grimmsnarl. Spirit Break being its damaging move, so unfortunately the special attack drop from the Struggle Bug wasn't going to do anything. Substitute Nasty Plot. That is a set from Hydreigon. Life Orb Durant. Thunderfang is something I've seen a couple different times now on Durants here lately, and I think I'm a big fan of it. And they did, in fact, have the Shadow Sneak, so I'm actually surprised that they went for the Dynamax, especially after being +4. That is concerning. Having the Expert Belt there as well, like that, this Mimikyu can do a lot of damage if like left unchecked. Granted, like we did let it get 2 Swords Dance up, but I think that's fine. Imposter Ditto with the Focus Sash, we already knew. And I'm assuming this is not Gmax Snorlax. But we have Body Slam, Heavy Slam. Yeah, just Curslax. That's interesting as well. Yeah, and very, very interesting team. How high is Master Ball? So Ultra Ball is only rank 10, so we're almost a Great Ball. Yeah, one win should put us into Great Ball. Let's see if we can get that. So we have Toxtricity, Cinderace, Rillaboom, Milotic, Dragapult, Conkeldurr. This is a team that can put on a lot of pressure very early. Very absurdly fast, and I think that means we just want to Trick Room up with Dusclops Volcarona as a lead. We could also bring Weezing up front here, because Weezing's going to I actually like that. What if we lead Weezing Blastoise? This is, in fact... Yeah, neutralizing gas. This is really good because it shuts off Clear Body. It shuts off Competitive, Grassy Surge. Yeah, I like Weezing Blastoise as a lead here. And then we can have... Do we want Dusclops, Dragalge in the back? Like, they are pretty fast overall, minus the Melodic and Conkeldurr. I think I like Dusclops, Dragalge in the back. Like, Volcarona doesn't line up particularly well. Urshifu lines up against, like, exactly the Dragapult, but it's weak to potentially the Cinderace and the Conkeldurr. Yeah, I think this is what I want to do. So we're going to see Cinderace and Toxtricity as elite. That is a pretty Toxtricity. I haven't ever actually seen that shiny. That's really pretty. So the neutralizing gas is going to go up. I wonder... I think I want to hit Protect here. And I think we go for a Fake Out into the Toxtricity. Actually, what if we just go for Sludge Bomb and let's Sludge Bomb to Cinderace and Fake Out into the Toxtricity? I think that's fine. So we are going to see the Gigantamax, I'm assuming. This is the Cinderace going big. Yep, it is in fact the Gigantamax. So I wonder what that means we're going to see here. Because Libero is currently turned off. So we're going to get our Fake Out off. Going to do actually pretty decent damage. Granted, we do have that Life Orb, so... Going to see the Max Airstream into the Weezing. But, you know, us being Weezing, we're going to live that like it's no big deal. I think this next turn, I think I want to go big with the Blastoise. Interesting note, it's not a it is not Life Orb on the Cinderace, so I think I'm going to hit Protect this turn. And I think we're going to Gigantamax and go for the Cannonade into that Cinderace. Try to pick up the KO on it. Because once we get rid of the Cinderace, I'm fine with losing Weezing, but I think we really need to deal with the Cinderace before Weezing goes down, because I don't want them to have Libero triggered. So being able to shut it off before, like shut it down before Weezing goes down, really just puts us in a pretty decent position. You're going to see the Steel Spike go into the Weezing, but thanks to that Protect, it's not going to do a ton of damage. They are going to get their defense boost, which doesn't really matter when we're facing down this Blastoise. Going to see the Overdrive go off. Hopefully this doesn't do too much to Blastoise. Oh yeah, we take that like a champ. I don't think that would have KO'd even if we were like if we weren't Dynamaxed. We are going to get that Cannonade off. Going to do probably like 6 billion% to this Cinderace. Oh yeah, just easily taking it out. Easily picking up the KO there. So we have 2 more turns of Dynamax. Theirs is done, because their Mon is out of here. But they do have a +1 speed, +1 special attack, and +1 defense on this Toxtricity currently. So it is a pretty big threat, all things considered. So we're going to see the Dragapult come out now. I like going for the Strange Steam into the Dragapult, break a potential Sash. I think I just want to Cannonade into the Toxtricity. We could also go for a Max Strike, which if we go for a Max Strike this turn, that would lower both of their speeds, because we still have the, Oh, man! Getting to live that hit, too. I wasn't actually anticipating living that one. I wasn't expecting Weezing to live that one, I should say. Blastoise is a big, bulky boy, so he can live anything and everything that's thrown at him. So we do see a little bit of damage onto the Dragapult. Most likely we're going to lose our Blastoise this turn. We're going to see Rillaboom go in as well. So we could potentially lose both of our Mons here. So I think it's correct to go for the Max Strike into the Rillaboom. Phantom Force is probably going into Blastoise, but I could also see a Grassy Glide into it, and then therefore the Phantom Force is going to go into Weezing. And if so, that's actually Grassy Glide doesn't have +1 priority right now because they don't have terrain up. So if this isn't going into Weezing, we can get our Max Strike off first. I mean, into our Blastoise. Okay. So unfortunately, Blastoise does go down. So does Weezing outspeed the Rillaboom? That's the real question here. And we don't, unfortunately. So unfortunately, they are going to get their grassy terrain up. So now that their Grassy Glides are actually going to be beneficial for them. Notably, they don't have Fake Out, which it doesn't really matter, especially since they're not able to switch out again. So Cannonade doing pretty decent damage all around. Grassy terrain going to heal them up just a little bit. And now I think it's time to set up Trick Room. So, another just wonderful, pretty shiny. Dusclops is whatever. Like that one, all shinies are better than non-shinies, but that one is just like, it's a thing. So we have the Choice Band. So we're going to click Trick Room here. Do we want to go for Sludge Bomb or do we want to just click Protect? I think Protect is probably better for us. Like, we really just want to get this Trick Room up before we start acting. That does a lot. So they are going to disappear, but that doesn't really matter because we get our Trick Room up. And unfortunately, that means we can't deal with the Dragapult this turn. But what that does mean is we get to deal with this Rillaboom before it gets another turn. Well, it's going to Grassy Glide. It is definitely going to click Grassy Glide this turn, so... The question is, where is this Phantom Force going? It's probably going into Dusclops, so I think it's correct to hit Bulldoze here. And then we can Sludge Bomb into the Rillaboom. Grassy Glide into the Dusclops. Does pretty significant damage. Getting that speed drop, but more importantly, getting the weakness policy triggered. That's the important part about that. And now the Sludge Bomb will easily take this out. So now the big question is where is that Phantom Force going? Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine by us. So now we can just click Draco Meteor and we should lock up this game. As long as Draco doesn't miss, we should win this game. GG. Man, this team is really cool. Definitely really cool. And like Weezing definitely pulled its weight this game. It easily, like, just shutting off Libero lets us do our thing. Like, shut off the terrain there for, I mean, granted it was only for a turn before they got to do it up, but like, definitely strange steam, and I mean the neutralizing gas definitely just pulling its weight there. And just like that, we're in Great Ball. So let's see if we can, how high we can go into Great Ball today, hopefully with another win. And hopefully by the end of the week, we might be in Master Ball. I'm not sure exactly how many wins it takes, because I've never done it. I've never tried for it. So we see in the last match of the day, we have Dragapult, Corviknight, Gastrodon, Rotom, Heat, Grimmsnarl, and Dusclops. So they don't really have a good answer to Trick Room. Like, I mean, obviously they can set their own, but they are... Actually, in all actuality, they are kind of a slower team outside of, like, the Dragapult. They have the priority on the Grimmsnarl, but that doesn't really mean too much for us. None of their abilities really matter either. So we really just kind of need to worry about the Gastrodon. Otherwise, Blastoise just kind of, like, runs the table here. So what do we think of... I kind of like Weezing Blastoise as a lead, because if they have Storm Drain, it just gets turned off. Otherwise, Blastoise just deals with everything on the table there. And then we can go Dragalge and Urshifu in the back. I like this. I like this a lot. So, thanks to neutralizing gas, we don't have to worry about Storm Drain. We don't have to worry about Levitate, which, I mean, granted, that doesn't mean anything here. Like, on this lead. We don't have to worry about Prankster from the Grimmsnarl. So we're going to see Dragapult, Dusclops. So probably going to trigger Policy here. So I think it's correct to go Protect here. And go big and go for a Max Hailstorm into the Dragapult. Because at +2, hopefully we can live this hit. I'm not entirely sure what they're going for exactly, but... Oh, they're not Dynamaxing. That's really interesting. So maybe they're not setting up... Maybe they're not triggering Policy then? Because there's no way that Blastoise outspeeds their Dragapult. That would not make any sense. So they go for Phantom Force here. This could be fine. This could be fine. So probably gonna see a Trick Room from the the Dusclops then. But that wouldn't make sense if they're going for Dusclops. Like, they wouldn't want to trigger their Policy and then immediately switch out. I'm really confused about that. Oh, we're going for an Imprison. So what all does the Dusclops know then? I'm really confused about that play. What if we taunt the Dusclops and then Max Hailstorm into the Dragapult again? Like, this gets punished by Phantom Force this turn, but I have a feeling that Dragapult's going big. What are we doing, opponent? What are we doing? So we are going to see the Dynamax from the Dragapult, which means that they're not going for Phantom Force, so hopefully that means that this is just fine and dandy and good to go. So we're going to see the Max Wormwind into the Blastoise, but we take that like a champ, so that should mean that the Dragapult is going down this turn. And that means, more importantly, that their Dynamax is gone. And we still have one more turn. This is pretty ideal for us, all things considered. Like, we basically got them to waste their Dynamax because it didn't deal with ours. We're going to see the Nightshade into the Blastoise to take it out. So this seems like we're in a fine position. I feel like we are okay. We do get some information there that they are, like, they do actually have a damaging move with Nightshade. Predicting the taunt there is kind of good on their part. I kind of like going Urshifu. Yeah, let's go Urshifu, and we can potentially switch out the Weezing if we're gonna see Corviknight. Corviknight does not. I don't particularly like that. So what if we switch out to Dragalge? And we go for a Wicked Blow into the Dusclops. The Corviknight could just try to set up and just go for like a Bulk Up or an Iron Defense, which that doesn't really mean a lot when you're facing down an Urshifu with Wicked Blow. So it could also just be like Brave Bird into the Urshifu, but we do have Sash. Hopefully it doesn't take us a Sash because then we get taken out by the weather. But this Wicked Blow should do pretty significant damage, all things considered, to the Dusclops. Probably not enough to take it out, but enough to cripple it. So let's see what we got. Wicked Blow into the Dusclops, almost knocking it out. It is going to go down to weather this turn. We do see that Brave Bird into the Urshifu yeah. Which unfortunately means we're also going down. The Nightshade into the Dragalge. So Urshifu down, Dusclops down. So we have Weezing Dragalge versus Corviknight plus whatever they have in the back. I don't feel awful about our plan, about our current position. The big question is, what do they have in the back? Have the Rotom. Well, Rotom doesn't really do anything here. Now let's just go for the Hydro Pump into that slot. And hit Protect on the Weezing. What's the chances of this Rotom being Sash? Probably like 0%. Thunder into the Weezing. And Iron Head also into the Weezing. That Protect is huge for us this turn. No! Dragalge, you had one job, buddy. You had one job, and you just went and messed it all up. So do we go for the double Protect? Like, what else? What else is the play? We can Sludge Bomb down the Rotom, but it's gonna be faster than us. I don't think Thunder's enough to take us out. We could also potentially Strange Steam the Corviknight to try to get the confusion. I don't hate that. Oh, Weezing coming in, dodging. Oh, it's faster than us. I didn't expect Corviknight to be faster than us. Come on. Oh, my lord, Dragalge. You're killing me, dude. You're killing me. Alright, let's protect Weezing one more time. So they could double into the Dragalge slot this turn. Nope, still worried about Weezing. Thank you. And Rotom being real bulky there, actually living the Hydro Pump. So unfortunately, it's going to take another Hydro Pump to take it down. So yeah, let's do the same play we did a couple turns back and try to Strange Steam the Corviknight. Like they're worried, they're so worried about this Weezing that like Dragalge's just getting to do its thing, and like if they take out the Weezing, then we have adaptability. Gonna go for the Protect on the Rotom. Okay. We should live this. We do. Can we get the Confusion? That crit's really nice. And we get the Confusion. Okay. We had the Berry on the Corviknight as well. Oh, it's Lumberry. Okay. Yeah, I think it's correct to... I don't think Sludge Bomb's enough to KO, so I think we had to go for the Hydro Pump into Rotom and protect Weezing one more turn. Like, they're really worried about taking out this Rotom. I mean, this Weezing. Iron Head into Dragalge. Doing pretty decent damage, but Rotom does go down, finally. So the question is Hydro Pump going to be able to... No, we're out of Hydro Pumps. So we had to Draco down a Corviknight? Where's the Iron Head going? Into Weezing. Okay, that means we have adaptability turned on. Hopefully, that might mean that this Draco is going to be powerful enough. Yeah, we might be able to do this now. Yeah. Real awesome. I'm not sure if that would have been a KO if we hadn't had adaptability turned on at that point. Man, we had some real good games this game, this video. So if you let's check out our opponent's team. So we did see the weakness policy Dragapult, acrobatics. That's interesting. That's real sweet on your weakness policy. We have we had the bulk up body press. I'm surprised they didn't shift over to like bulking up on the turns that we were protecting, just so that their Iron Heads were doing more damage. Like at some point, I feel like they should have. We did see the Lumberry, leftovers on the Gastrodon, which they didn't bring. Yeah, Storm Drain, yeah, pretty standard. Rotom with the Citrus Berry, we saw all of that. Eject button trick, yep. So luckily we had the neutralizing gas, so we didn't have to worry about the Grimmsnarl. And then Imprison, Trick Room, Pain Split. Did they think that Weezing was setting Trick Room? Does Weezing get Trick Room? Should I know these things? Probably. Do I know these things? Nope. Let's find out together. I mean, there's a billion Pokemon this generation that get Trick Room. Yeah, Weezing is not one of them. So, not sure why we went for the Imprison on turn 1. Notably, they actually don't have a way of triggering their own policies, so they're just worried about having us trigger it, which Dragapult is... I mean, that Dragapult's frail. Like, I don't see, outside of correctly predicting a Protect, how you ever trigger this policy. Really, really interesting games today. So, that being said, everybody, thank you very much for watching. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell for notifications when videos go live. We should have a ton of videos coming out this week. Between Littleroot Laddering, we have Draft League matches going up. We have the podcast every Monday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. That will be out, as of recording, it'll be out tomorrow. Hopefully this video also goes up tomorrow, but as on Monday. Past that, go ahead and hit that like button if you like these matches, if you really like this team, which I am a huge fan of. More importantly, comment down below how sweet it was to just like how good these games were today. Out of 10, I want your opinion. So have a good one, everybody. We'll be back here shortly. Peace.